Today on Dr. Phil.
Sean is the whole package. I feel he's my soulmate.
I gave my mother an ultimatum: either speak with Dr. Phil or I was done speaking to her.
Your son believes to the core of his soul that somebody is breaking your heart and stealing your money. You've never met him.
No.
Is he educated?
Yes, he has his master's.
Happiness just entered into my life through my ear. He must have skipped 5th grade because that's where they teach grammar. Everything he's told you is a lie. This is a scumbag piece of trash that is stealing your money and breaking your heart.
I don't believe it.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. Well, you know, I read through the emails and letters that I get daily. We categorize them, we put them in groups, and I look at the ones that I think are going to relate most to all of you here and all of you at home. And these are a stack that are thanking us for raising awareness about online love scams. Now, my guest today, Darcy, and his wife, Lindsay, are also fans of our platform and say they have replicated techniques from past episodes to convince Darcy's mom, Nancy, that she's being scammed by someone calling themselves Sean Carter. Now, Darcy says they were talking to my producers last year and almost had the opportunity to meet me, but his mom declined. Nancy says then her son and daughter-in-law have refused to speak to her and even said, as far as they're concerned, she's dead to them. Now, while Darcy wrote to me concerned about his mother, Nancy's online boyfriend, Nancy says today's not about this boyfriend. It's about fixing the broken relationship with her son. She says Darcy will only speak to her if I'm the mediator and wants to talk to her son one-on-one for the first time in over a year. Take a look.
My mother, Nancy, has fallen for an online love scam. Last year, I wrote to Dr. Phil about my mother's online relationship with Sean Carter.
We were actually supposed to meet with Dr. Phil last year, but at the last minute, Nancy decided that she didn't want to do it.
I gave my mother an ultimatum. It was either for her to speak with Dr. Phil or I was done speaking to her. She didn't change her mind about it, so Lindsay and I have had to cut her off. We have tried everything to prove this to her.
Within 3 months, you send him $108,485.
We have shown Nancy episodes of Dr. Phil, but she still doesn't think that Sean is a scam.
My mother gave us the address to which this Sean lives, and I found a real estate agent who lives in that neighborhood. He told me that he had never seen him in that neighborhood.
The realtor also told us that that exact address was in fact used for other online scams.
I reverse image searched Sean's photo, and I found the actual man behind the pictures, and he was a French man. And when my mother confronted Sean about this, he explained that he had only used those photos because he looks like the man. And because of his security clearance at his job, he couldn't actually have photos of himself. Even after all of this, my mother continues to talk to him.
Nancy doesn't even know what Sean really looks like.
My relationship with my mother is pretty much non-existent. She has known me for 32 years and Sean for 2. My mother chose Sean over me.
I haven't seen Nancy in a year and a half.
In my eyes, my mother is dead to me.
Well, I hate to hear that. That's not okay. She's not dead to you, and you shouldn't be saying that. But I do understand your frustration. When it comes to her soulmate, Sean, Nancy says it's none of her family's business.
Sean's still stuck in Dubai because he does not have the 20 grand to pay the taxes. They've really helped Sean out a lot. I do this because I love him and I care for him. Sean has become the light of my life. Sean is the whole package. I feel he's my soulmate. I have intuition about it. My gut feeling tells me. The last time I spoke to Sean was a couple days ago, and I can't tell you about it because it was kind of dirty. He does a lot of sexting to me, and of course I do it right back to him. Sean and I have only been able to communicate over the phone or through text. The reason why is that he's a very private person. These are some of the text messages that I get from Sean. You're a beautiful and sexy girl, and you know it. So why are you trying to hide it? Missing you so much, sexy, hot girl. My son Darcy and his wife Lindsay are very upset at me with my relationship with Sean. My son thinks that Sean is a scammer, a fraud, and a phony. Darcy's upset because I've sent Sean money, and he said to me that he could have used that money to help him and Lindsay have a baby through in vitro. My son Darcy is controlling, rude, and argumentative. My relationship with my son and daughter-in-law is broken. In my eyes, sitting down with Dr. Phil has nothing to do with Sean. What I want to talk to Dr. Phil about is to fix my relationship with my son and with my daughter-in-law, Lindsay.
Well, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Well, it's good to meet you. You said that this really isn't about your relationship with this Sean. It's about your relationship with your son.
Yes.
And I agree with you to a large extent. I don't like this family being fragmented at all.
No.
And I want your relationship with your son to close ranks. I want you two to be back in each other's lives. He's frustrated because he thinks you're being scammed.
Yes, he
Now,
is.
if he knew something that somebody was hurting you, somebody was exploiting his mother, what would you expect him to do? What would you want him to do?
Well, he has helped me try to find, the real person.
But that's not my question. Whether it was this or if somebody was poisoning your food or breaking into your house at night and stealing money, if he knew somebody was hurting you in some way, and he knew that in his heart, he believed that to the core of his soul, what would you want him to do? What would you expect him to do?
To help me.
You would expect him to passionately advocate for you, right?
Yes.
That's what he's doing. He believes to the core of his soul that somebody is breaking your heart and stealing your money. Mm-hmm. Now, whether he's right or not, that's what he believes. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. And you're saying that's what you would expect him to do if he really believed that. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So how can you be frustrated with him if he really believes that? Maybe he's wrong. We'll talk about that in a minute. But if he believes that, that's what you would expect him to do.
Yes. But he doesn't have to not be in touch with me.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on your side on that. But you would expect him to continue to beat the drum if that truck's coming up behind you.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Now, is it possible he's right? Here's a poem he wrote to Nancy. Happiness, just enter into my life through my ear, to my brain, and I sticked it to my heart. Is he educated?
Yes, he has his master's.
But he must have skipped 5th grade because that's where they teach grammar. And later, why can't he show you his picture?
He just can't have any pictures on his phone.
The Canadian government says you can't have a picture to show the woman you love.
Yeah. Well, you got the CIA, and we got it too in Canada.
So you think he may be an agent?
Yes.
Your son's frustrated because he thinks you're being scammed.
Yes.
Now, is it possible he's right? I mean, is that possible?
Yes, it is possible.
And if he's right, would you want to know it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You would want to know it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Let's say you and I, this is just hypothetical here. Let's say you and I got together in a nefarious way. It's the Nancy and Phil show. And we decided we were going to scam somebody. We were going to try and take their money. Who would we pick? Would we pick somebody that was really at the strongest point in their life? Or would we pick somebody that was maybe vulnerable and had really kind of been beaten up a little bit?
Probably vulnerable.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
pick somebody that had kind of been through a rough patch because
Right.
we know that they would have some needs, right?
Yes.
Like maybe somebody that had suffered a loss in their life. That's who you would pick, right?
That's right, yeah.
You lost your husband.
Yes.
I'm sorry for your loss, by the way.
Thank you.
And how long had you been married?
About 35 years.
35 years. Wow. That's a long time to share your life with someone. And the silence is deafening when they're gone, right? Yeah, Robin and I have been married 45 years. I can't imagine walking in a room and her not being there one day all of a sudden. It'd be a huge void. And so you would fall right in that category. He started telling you things that were music to your ears, Sean did. Here's a poem he wrote to Nancy. He said, "Hey, baby, since the first day I spoke to you on the phone, I knew a new tone and voice of happiness just enter into my life through my ear, to my brain, and I sticked it to my heart. I love you so much, my Snow Whitey. I love you so much, my sweetie. I love you so much, my naughty Nancy. I love you so much, Mousy Mouse. I love you so much, Sweet Lips. I love you so much, my baseball bat girl. I love you so much, Darcy Mama." Where's he from?
Canada.
Canada. And is he educated?
Yes, he has his master's.
Okay. But he must have skipped 5th grade because that's where they teach grammar.
He went to school in England.
Oh, okay. Well, they teach it in 5th grade in England too. So he must have skipped that. Why baseball bat girl?
Oh, because he seen a picture of me wearing a baseball hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Baseball hat.
yeah.
So he meant baseball hat girl?
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. I looked into this, Sean, and did a real deep dive on that because I have a lot of resources, as you've seen from some of the things your son showed you. And when we come back, I'm going to tell Nancy what I found out. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell her straight up what I found out. And then soon, we're going to talk to her son, Darcy. But first, I'm going to talk to Nancy some more. We'll be right back. I've done a lot of investigations into these love scams, and there's a pattern. So I went through your story, and boy, oh boy.
I think I'm having a nightmare. My mom is being scammed by a online con artist. This absolutely makes no sense because my mother was the one who is always up to date about the newest scam.
It's crazy. Before all of this, we would go to Nancy for financial advice.
My mother is the type of person who is scared to shop online as she thinks it's a scam. At this point, I think Dr. Phil will be the only one that can help my mother with her situation.
I just hope that Dr. Phil can get through to her before it's too late.
Okay, well, Nancy's son Darcy says he's gone from having a really close relationship with his mom to practically being strangers all over a man that she's never met or seen. You've actually never seen him on a live feed,
No, I haven't.
and you've never met him.
No.
And when you say you've never met him, he just lived 2 hours away, right?
Right.
So why never meet him if he's just 2 hours away?
Because when I met him online, he had to go to Dubai within like a week.
Within a week, he had to leave for work,
Yes.
construction
Yes.
work overseas in Dubai. And then once he got there, he got in a bit of a pickle tax-wise, right? And he owes like $10,000, $20,000 it is?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, on $10 million worth of income, work, and all, but the tax on it's like $20,000.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and you've tried to help him with that financially,
Yes, I have, yeah.
so he could get back. So you meet him, and as soon as you meet him, he has to leave. And then when he gets over there, he needs money to get back. Huh. See, that was a red flag to me, because when I've done a lot of investigations into these love scams, and there's a pattern that they meet a woman, and because if they're not real, if they're not who they present as a picture, then they have to have some reason to not show up because they're not who they say they are in the picture. If they're a 16-year-old Nigerian girl or a 60-year-old Nigerian man, they can't show up looking like a picture that's not them. So they have to say, now, how can I pull this off and keep the relationship going when I can't show up in the flesh because I'm not that? Here's the thing. I'll go overseas and be working over there, and then I can't get back. Let's take a look at this videotape about remote locations, about how these scammers jump into remote locations on a regular basis so they don't have to show up. Take a look at this.
I'm in Ghana.
He's stuck in Cairo.
He ended up in Nigeria.
I had rescued Fred from Africa.
David went to Indonesia.
He moved to Nigeria.
He had to go to Nigeria.
I mean, time after time, they're all in construction. They're construction engineers. They all had to go to Nigeria, Dubai, Venezuela, all of these other countries which are far, far away. So they can't come meet you for dinner or Christmas. It's very, very consistent. And I actually put together a graphic that shows what some of the consistent patterns are. And I want you to take a look at this and see how much it has inconsistent with what you're dealing with. These are typical patterns and excuses of online love scammers. And I didn't make this up for you. This is just all of them that we dealt with. They say they're arrested, hospitalized, they have sick kids, money or credit cards are stolen, frozen bank accounts. Even had one said they were shipwrecked. Honest to God, pirates got them. They're poetically romantic, my little Batgirl. They have lost or stolen passports, expired visas or passports. I've actually had them say they were on the way to the airport to come home and they got beaten up. They're stuck in a foreign country until taxes are paid. That's one of the big favorites. They're widowed, never a face-to-face meeting, poor grammar, fake documents, Photoshop pictures, had to leave immediately after meeting. Like, hi, love you, gotta go. And they're construction engineers having to work projects overseas, and they need money for lawyer fees, access to insurance payoffs, all of this sort of thing. So I went through your story about Sean Carter, and I checked off the things that fit in your story.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, widowed, no face-to-face, poor grammar, had to leave immediately, in construction, stuck in a foreign country until taxes are paid. Just, I mean, all up and down, just consistent with everything that's typical. So it made me want to start checking to see whether or not other things checked out. You said he couldn't show you his real pictures because of his security clearance.
Right.
Even to the woman he loves. And he's a contractor.
He must have a little part-time job.
I wanted to know whether or not this person even existed, because you said he couldn't show you his real pictures because of his security clearance.
Right.
Because is he like 007 or something? I mean, is he in some kind of undercover work, or why can't he show you his picture?
I don't know. He's under.
I'm sorry?
I don't know why. He just can't have any pictures on his phone.
Even to the woman he loves?
Yeah, he signed a, very contract, with the government.
What government?
Canadian.
The Canadian government says you can't have a picture to show the woman you love.
Yeah.
And he's a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Nancy.
This must be his other, he must have a little part-time job or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, now, does that make common sense to you?
Well, you got the CIA in the States, right?
Right.
We got it too in Canada.
So you think he may be an agent?
Yes.
A CIA agent?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to see if he really existed. So I wanted to check out whether or not someone with that name and birth date existed.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the resources I have, if he was a secret agent even, he wasn't when he was born. Yeah. He wasn't when he was in the 5th or 6th grade. So those records would still exist. And here are some findings that we've come up with and verified. And these are things that our team came up with. We first corresponded with the real man in the photos, because there were some photos originally. And we found the man that is in those pictures. We talked to the man, and he said, these pictures have been stolen. We also found out that a non-resident can open a bank account and have a debit card in Dubai. So he told you that he couldn't.
Yeah.
And that's why you needed.
I don't think they can.
No, they can. Yes,
I searched it too.
Well, then you talked to the wrong people, because they say non-residents can open bank accounts and they can have debit cards in Dubai.
Okay.
This isn't a close call. This is not a question. You can go over there right now today, open a bank account and have a debit card in Dubai. You can transfer money from here to there. You can do they're very westernized. You can do everything there that you can do in New York City or Ontario. The phone number that he's given you is listed to a different name.
I wonder what the name is.
Well, I would happy to tell you that, but not on the air, because that would pull somebody else into this that's not involved. He attended the University of Florida, right? No, he did not. He never attended the University of Florida. Nobody of that name ever attended the University of Florida. Nobody of that birth date ever attended the University of Florida. He never attended the University of Florida. That's a lie. It was just made up. We've spoken to the registrar. We've gone all the way back. We went 10 years before, 10 years after. So.
What about San Diego? I just found something out.
Well, that ain't in Florida.
No, I know, but on his LinkedIn.
Well, we'll have that checked while I'm speaking. My control room is on that like a duck on a June bug. You talking about San Diego State or the University of San Diego at California? We'll check them both.
Yeah.
Okay? If it's got San Diego in it,
Yeah.
we'll check it right now. And there is no Sean Carter with that date of birth in the entire country of Canada. Border to border, coast to coast. This man doesn't exist. This is a scumbag, piece of trash, psychopath, thief in the night that is stealing your money and breaking your heart. He doesn't exist.
I don't believe it. He's for real.
Not one thing he's told you is true. What's going on? You don't have to believe Darcy, you just have to believe me. This man doesn't exist, not as a secret agent, not as a contractor, not as anyone else. This is very likely some Nigerian sitting in a computer workroom, and you're one of 50 or 60 files they're working at one time. Now, I think you know that at some level. You are an intelligent woman. You have questioned this in your heart. I have verified this man doesn't exist. We live in the digital age. Mm-hmm. This man would leave a footprint like a snail walking across the driveway. He does not exist. He is not in Dubai. He didn't go to Florida. We're going to find out he didn't go to San Diego. He does not exist. Everything he's told you is a lie. His phone number is a fiction. It doesn't belong to him. His pictures don't belong to him. He didn't go to school where he said he went to school. He didn't go over there to do this work. He doesn't owe money. He hasn't been there for 2 years working because that's not possible. We checked to see if he had visas there to work. He does not.
He's got a business visa.
I'm sorry?
A business.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He does not. There is no visa there. If you have a business visa, you have to list all the principals under the visa. He doesn't exist. He doesn't have a business visa there. You can have a business visa for 30 days, then you can extend it for another 30 days to 60. And at this point, he's been there 2 years. He doesn't have a business visa there.
No, they can have more. You can have 5-year,
10-year
visa.
And if he did, it would be on record. He doesn't have one. He doesn't have a business visa. He doesn't have an allowance. He doesn't have anything that has extended his right to be there, because in order to have something extended, you have to have been there to begin with. You don't just come and go from Dubai. You have to register in, you have to register out.
I know.
He did not register in, he has not registered out, and he has not registered there. And trust me, they know who's in that country. He's never been there because he doesn't exist.
I don't believe it.
Pardon me?
I don't believe it.
Okay. That's my big question. I want you to tell me what is really going on, because you're smart enough to recognize irrefutable, concrete evidence when you see it, and you're choosing not to acknowledge it. So what's really going on?
I just believe that he's for real. I mean, some of the things that you have shown me, I understand that he could be a scammer. You know, he has all the characteristics of some of those things that you wrote. And, but I believe that he's a real person.
Okay. Well, there's a real person on the other end. Somebody's writing to you.
Yeah.
But it's not who you think it is. I'm serious. Somewhere in Nigeria, in a room,
No, he's not.
there's
No,
somebody sitting and typing, and you're one of about 50 people there working.
No. No.
And there's no one with that date of birth. There's no one in the country where he says he is. There's no one that went to the universities that he says he went to. There's no one with those degrees. This person simply doesn't exist. Not one thing he's told you is true. Everything that's verifiable has been refuted. Mm-hmm. Now, what I want to know is what's going on with you that knowing those facts, knowing he didn't go to the University of Florida, knowing that there's nobody in the entire country of Canada with that name and date of birth, knowing that those pictures are fraudulent and stolen, knowing all of that, you still say, oh, he's real. I'm sending him some more Bitcoin. I'm sending him some more money. Knowing all of that, you continue to insist in the face of evidence to the contrary and no evidence supporting your belief, you continue to embrace this at the cost of your relationship with people that love you. What's going on? Because it's not logical thinking. So my question is, are you delusional? Do you have a mental illness? Are you doing this for some other reason? What is going on? Is there anybody here that believes this is a real man? If you believe this man is a fraud, raise your hand. 100% of the people recognize clearly that this is a fraud.
We're not giving him a chance.
Is there anybody here that believes this is a real man? Raise your hand if you believe it's a real man. If you believe this man is a fraud, raise your hand. No. Virtual audience, you believe it's fraud, raise your hand. 100% of the people recognize clearly that this is a fraud, except for you. And you don't even blink. It's like, yeah, gotcha. I hear you. See the evidence.
You're not giving him a chance to prove himself.
He's had every chance to prove himself. He had a chance to tell you who he was. He had a chance to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He had a chance to give you accurate information. And he gave you lies and asked you for money. Mm-hmm. And if he really loved you, he wouldn't allow you to give him money. He would say, no, keep your money to take care of yourself because I love you and I want you to be secure. I'm a man. I've got a master's degree. I can earn my own money. I won't accept money from you because I love you and I want you to be secure. If he loved you, that would be the rhetoric. Instead, it's send me money to pay these taxes and then I'll come home. So if you don't look at the logic, look at the emotion of it. He's out there working in the world and he's taking money from you. Nobody that really cared about you would do that. No woman would do that with a man. No man would do that with a woman that they really cared about. But you're ignoring evidence and embracing a belief in the absence of evidence. And I'm just saying, explain that to me. I want to know what's really going on.
I don't think there's nothing going on. My son thinks I'm delusional.
Pardon me?
My son thinks I'm delusional. He took me to the doctor.
Well, we just spoke to the head of alumni relations at the University of San Diego, and they just confirmed no Shawn Carter has ever in the history of the university attended that school.
Okay.
I mean, however far you want to go, I'll go as far as you want to go. I'll track this as far as you want to go, and I'll put my professional reputation at stake. This man does not exist. He is a psychopathic scumbag fraud that's stealing your money and breaking your heart. And I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear because I care about you as a human being and I don't want to see you taken advantage of. You would like me a lot better if I would agree with you. And I'd sit over there beside you and we'd take your son on together and put him in his place. You'd leave here and say, that Dr. Phil, man, he got your back. He's right there with you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Now, Darcy says he hasn't seen his mom, Nancy, in person in 1.5 years. Well, it's time that they speak face to face when we add Nancy's son next. Well, we're out of time today, but we're only getting started. Tune in tomorrow when Nancy and her son Darcy speak face-to-face for the first time in over a year. And what secret has Darcy been hiding from Nancy about Shawn Carter? Well, it shocked both her and me. And will Nancy finally take my advice about Shawn? She definitely was not backing down.
Next time, a mother and son face off.
Hi, Nancy.
You call your mother Nancy?
Over a catfish controversy.
How much have you sent him total?
Probably about 50 grand.
How much money will you send before you say enough's enough? How long will you wait before he doesn't come back from Dubai?
Maybe another year. He might be coming back. I still have to keep an open mind.
You cannot put your life on hold for a ghost.
That's next time.
You do not want to miss that. Look, I want to thank all of my guests today. For more information about today's episode, log on to drphil.com. And if you want to be in the studio audience, yes, we do have live audiences back in the studio now. Just go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience. We're following all the CDC guidelines. Everybody here has a mask on, and we're keeping you guys safe, right? They're bringing you in properly. So we do have audiences back in studio, which really helps me a lot. So if you're in the area and you can be here, we'd love to have you in the studio audience. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Be sure and join the Facebook group, Fanatics, that's P-H-A-N. It's a private group of super fans. And be sure and check out my podcast, Fill in the Blanks. I'm on part 4 of Toxic Personalities in the Real World. In this episode, I dive into communal narcissist as well as finishing up on malignant narcissist. Also, check out Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret, with international best-selling author, journalist, and podcast host Mitch Albom. They're going to dive into his highly successful book, Tuesdays with Morrie, and his profound new novel of hope and faith, The Stranger in the Lifeboat. You don't want to miss this conversation. Check it out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. Thanks for being here. So long.
Today on Dr. Phil.
She was a marathon runner. She was a teacher.
And now.
I don't have an eating disorder. I can't eat.
And get this, Monica chains herself to the bed at night.
In fear of food.
Everything makes me sick.
But is her cure?
You brought your chains to LA. Why?
The right cure.
That is absolutely not true. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. Today we're talking about a story that you may have experienced because it's a question for the ages. Is it physical health that drags down mental health, or is it mental health that drags down physical health? And our guest today, Monica, has been suffering in both ways, and it was quite an ordeal for her mother, Stephanie, to get her to Los Angeles just to see me. Now, this was the state Monica was in before leaving for the airport. Take a look.
I itch all over my body, and I cry, and my eyes itch, and my tears burn, and it itch my face. I shake, and I get cold chills and sweats, and cold chills and sweats, and then I get massive headaches, and it just goes on and on all day long.
Well, Stephanie says her daughter Monica had a perfect life. She was a marathon runner, she was a teacher, and then all of a sudden she got sick and just lost 40 pounds. Now currently, Monica is 5'6", and she weighs 90 pounds. Now Stephanie claims Monica has triggers to binge eat during her sleep. Now she says it has gotten so bad that they have locks on the cabinets, the refrigerator, and get this, Monica chains herself to the bed at night. Take a look.
I'm gonna go through this all day long. I'm never eating again.
On a bad day, Monica is in the bed 22 of 24 hours. Not very functional at all. According to her, she has SRED, sleep-related eating disorder. It makes her get up at night and eat when she doesn't realize that she's doing it. We have a sign on our refrigerator that says, no Xanax after a certain time at night because it causes night eating. Some of the things that we've done to stop her were to actually chain her to her bed.
It gives her enough space to go to the restroom at night, but not to get into anything else.
We've also locked up all of the cabinets.
Here's a lock on the fridge. I have the key. I sleep with the key.
People look at my daughter and think that she has an eating disorder, and it's not that. She eats because you have to eat to live. And then she is in a great deal of pain. Paramedics have been to my house several times. In the last 5 or 6 years, Monica has gone to the hospital 10 times for severe pain in her stomach.
It hurts so bad, my stomach is stabbing me.
6 years ago, she was pretty healthy looking, rosy complexion. Now she looks like a concentration camp victim. Her eyes are sunken in. Her skin is sallow. Her legs are bone and flesh. She's pretty scary looking. She looks like she's dying because she is dying.
Monica's friend, Brianne, says Monica and her mother think they have a good relationship. But she says it's not good at all. She says their relationship is toxic on so many levels.
In the 6 years that I've been friends with Monica, I've never seen her eat a solid piece of food. She looks like a skeleton. She has no meat on her bones, and she looks very frail and pale. Monica and her mother believe they have a really good relationship. I believe that it's very toxic.
My relationship with Monica is good, and we're very close.
Monica relies on her mom for everything.
I have to help her as much as I can, washing her hair, getting her a drink, bringing her her pills or any other kind of medication, rub her tummy. I don't feel any bubbles, though, do you?
Anything that she wants, she can definitely get it from her mom.
Monica's 100% dependent on me.
Stephanie has given Monica her credit card information so Monica can order whatever she wants online, and a lot of those things are the laxatives or things that are not good for her health.
Monica is mostly financially dependent on me. She lives with me, and I pay the rent, the car insurance, whatever it is she needs.
Because Stephanie can't say no to Monica, it's speeding up the process of Monica dying.
Well, Stephanie, I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry that you need to be.
I am too.
But I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're here as well.
Thank you.
You both love Monica.
Yes.
And you both want what's best for her.
Of course.
Would you agree with that?
That's why I'm here.
You're essential in her life right now. You're her primary caregiver.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you that based on everything that I see, there's good and bad to that, but I think if you weren't there, I don't think she would be here.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
You say you think it's toxic, and tell me why.
Stephanie tries to help her as much as she can, but she gives her free access to credit cards where Monica is able to purchase the things that I believe contribute to her making her sicker and ruining her health further.
Mm-hmm. She says you haven't been around much lately. You've kind of put up some boundaries.
Correct. She was definitely too reliant and wanted me to be there 24/7. Again, at the time, married, had a daughter, and I just couldn't be there first thing in the morning, and she wanted me to stay till she fell asleep. So all day, and then wanted me to promise I'm coming back the next day.
Uh-huh. All right. And do you feel like she's abandoned her?
Not at all. I knew nothing about any of this.
Okay. Can we agree that she is deteriorating?
Oh, substantially.
Okay.
Yes.
And why do you think that is?
I think that is because she has C. diff, and she hasn't been able to have it treated. She probably got it in the hospital when she had her baby almost 2 years ago, and she hasn't been able to have it treated because of the COVID. Mm-hmm. Because the treatment that has worked for her in the past was fecal transplants, and they're not available.
Okay. And what is your understanding of what C. diff is?
It's a bacterial infection in the intestines and so forth.
Mm-hmm. And the procedure that you're talking about worked for her for a period of time.
Yes, because it gave her new gut flora, new bacteria in her gut, healthy bacteria. And she had Lyme disease was diagnosed. She had it for years, according to the test, but she was diagnosed in 2013. Actually, she was really sick in 13. In 2014, she was diagnosed by one of the foremost Lyme disease doctors in the country. And everything went downhill from there. Uh-huh. It caused problems with her stomach and everything.
And she's having trouble now finding someone that will do that procedure again, correct?
Yes, because the FDA has pulled fecal transplants from the market right now because of COVID.
Now she wakes up at night and binge eats, and that's why, and not consciously, right, does it in her sleep. And then that winds up making her quite ill the next day, correct?
Correct.
And so as a result, you've locked all the cabinets up, and she said, look, you got to chain me to the bed because I'll wake up at night, and the chain's long enough so she can get up and go to the bathroom or whatever. It's not like you're chaining her to the wall.
Correct.
This is a voluntary thing on her part. It said, just stop me from walking in my sleep to the kitchen so I don't eat something that's going to make me sick. And people might think, oh, come on, you don't get up and sleep eat. Yes, you do. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's called SRED.
Right, and that's not all that common, but it is well documented that it occurs. I've studied your situation in great detail, and I have some things to say that I think can really improve this situation. Do you want to know the things that I see from this chronic disease management standpoint?
Sure. Absolutely.
Well, coming up, it took every ounce of strength for Monica to fly to Los Angeles to see me. And she's been in bed since she arrived and now is in a wheelchair backstage. So we're going to meet her next.
I feel disgusting. People look at me and think I have an eating disorder. I don't have a sorry. I don't have an eating disorder. I can't eat.
And later, you brought your chains to LA. Why'd you bring them?
Sleep eating, because I'll eat whatever. So I bring it just in case.
I believe Monica has a mental block when it comes to food because she thinks all food is poison and calls it toxins in her body.
Food is Monica's enemy. It's heartbreaking when she asks, Mom, I'm so hungry. Can I have something to eat? We try to find something safe, but it doesn't work and she gets sick. The longest that I know that she's gone without food is 15 days. She collapsed and ended up in the hospital for 5 days. Her potassium was below 1, and she was on IV potassium drips for days, trying to get it back to a level where she could be released and not have to worry about her heart.
Well, Brianne and Stephanie say that Monica's health continues to decline, and anyone that's around her worries that she can die. Stephanie says they've tried everything, even voodoo doctors, but nothing works. Monica says everyone blames her for being sick, but she says it's not a choice.
I have Lyme disease. It's given me a lot of complications in my life. I could eat about 5 or 6 things, and that was fine. That sustained my life. I was happy. And then when I got C. diff, all of that went away. I couldn't eat one food. Nothing. I'm allergic to everything. My gut hurts like you can't imagine. And then I have to spend the whole day going to the bathroom. I can't eat anything. She's seen it. She's my caretaker. She'll usually warm me up a little bit of broth and put a bunch of salt in it, and I'll have a couple sips, and I mean a cup. Sometimes when I take certain medicines, they have side effects that make you hungry, and then that's a downfall. Never in my whole life have I ever taken medicine to go to sleep all day. I mean, I have a 0 quality of life, but it's the only thing that I know to do to get away from the pain for a couple hours. It's too much on your body, it's too much on your heart and your soul. And I've lost the majority of my friendships. I've lost, I'm bedridden. I don't see the outside world. I haven't been outside for a year until I came here. My biggest fear is being like this forever until I die. I want to look like I did when I ran marathons, and when I weighed 135 pounds and I looked normal and healthy and had an ass and had boobs and looked like a woman. I feel like a 12-year-old boy. There's nothing sexy about me. I feel disgusting. People look at me and think I have an eating disorder. I don't have a sorry. I don't have an eating disorder. I can't eat.
Monica, it's good to meet you.
Meet you.
And tell me how you're doing today.
Not good.
Not good?
I'm never really doing good.
What do you think's going to happen with you?
I think I'm going to die.
You think you're on the way out?
Yeah.
Do you have any hope at all of turning this around?
Yeah. I wasn't completely healthy before I gave birth. I was 80% better though, which is huge, huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I was showering, I was going to the gym, I was driving a car, I was getting dressed, I was putting on makeup, I was talking to my friends, I was doing normal things. And then when I gave birth, I got C. diff in the hospital, and I have not recovered since. And I haven't been able to eat anything since. Nothing. Not a grape, not a piece of fruit, nothing. Everything makes me sick.
And what do your doctors tell you about this? Because a lot of people have this condition. They have the diagnosis of C. diff, and they do much better than you're doing.
Yeah. My infectious disease doctor is very, very smart. He's the smartest doctor that I know. And he says that the food interacts with the bacteria in your gut. And so it thinks that your body's allergic and sensitive to these foods.
And what do you think about your attitude, your behavior, the psychological aspects of what's going on with you?
Well, I'm depressed out of my mind.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I've lost all hope.
Yeah. So you do think you're suffering from depression?
Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't? I mean, I've been stuck in the house for a year.
Yeah.
I'm bedridden.
Right.
All I do is lay in bed and then go to the toilet, and then lay in bed and then go to the toilet.
Have you heard the term learned helplessness?
No.
Well, learned helplessness is a perceptual set where people get to the point where they believe nothing is going to change anything that I do. So they get the idea that they're helpless. That's a perceptual set that takes over with many chronic disease patients and causes them to just become passive. And you ask them what's going to happen, they say, I'm going to die. And when you gave me that answer, it sounded like you felt like, I'm a passenger here. I don't have a choice. I'm on a downward spiral, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it.
Yeah, I haven't found a doctor who could give me a fecal transplant. That's all I need. If I got a fecal transplant, I'd be a different person in a day.
You had that, and you aren't.
No, I haven't in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, let's take a break. Stephanie says not only does she take care of her 38-year-old daughter, she also takes care of Monica's 2-year-old son. And we'll talk about that after the break.
I know Monica's relationship with her son is strained because she's not able to care for him.
She loves him very much. It's not her mothering that is bad.
I'm not a bad mom. I'm just sick.
You have to be pretty strong and powerful to be able to do everything that women do.
It's Feel Good Fashion with Mary Alice Stevenson.
Clothing and self-care is just as important as food and water. We have to wear clothes. There's so much stock that isn't utilized, put into landfills. All of this excess can be used to address the over 37 million people living in poverty.
That's so true.
I've Got a Secret with Robin McGraw. Available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
I have a 2-year-old and I don't want to lose him. And I have family that don't understand and they're very judgmental. And they don't see the pain that I go through. I think I should like give him up or something, but there's no way I'm not gonna give birth and get sick and then give up my son. No, I love him too much.
Monica says that her son weighed only 5 pounds at birth, and after she went through labor, she was diagnosed with an intestinal infection called C. diff. And Stephanie says that she had to step in and be the sole caregiver for her grandson because Monica is just too weak to actually be able to get up and do the things that a mother would ordinarily do.
I have Monica's 2-year-old son that I'm taking care of. He's a lovely child, but he is 2 years old. He takes a lot of time and effort all day long.
I know Monica's relationship with her son is strained because she's not able to care for him.
She's not able to change his diaper or to pick him up and put him to bed or pick him up off the floor when she's really sick. She's just weak, very weak. But she's a very good mother. When she's feeling better, she gives him all the time she can. She loves him very much. It's not her mothering that is bad, it's her physicality that prevents her from being the person she wants to be for her son. I worry that he needs a younger person to be raising him because he's getting more and more active and he can outrun me in a whip stitch. And I want her to get well so she can do this, and that's what she wants too.
I want to be with my son and I want to be normal. I'm not a bad mom. I'm just sick. I love him to death. I'd do anything for him. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm fighting. Or else I would have given up ages ago.
I also worry that if she dies as he gets older and looks at photos and sees how sickly his mom was, that he's gonna look around and say, why didn't anyone help her?
At this point, you're doing pretty much everything for the child. Diapers, feeding.
She helps when she can, when she's feeling good.
Yeah.
She's very close with him. Yeah.
But it's got to be wearing you out.
I'm a little tired. I'm not a young woman.
Yeah, but you're caregiving and mothering a 2-year-old. This wasn't in your grand plan.
It was not in my retirement portfolio, correct.
Okay. Look, here's the deal. Both of you have said that on the course you're on right now, you think that this could wind up taking your life, that you could wind up dying here, and that you've been close to it before. 15 days without eating. And, this can put you into heart failure. It can put you into kidney failure. You can get to that point. And you're using a lot of absolutes saying, I can't eat anything. And
I can if I have a fecal transplant.
Yeah,
but I can't find anybody to do it for me. That's all that I need.
But the reality is you can't get that right now, right?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, so if that's the reality, then what do you do next? What do you do if you can't get that?
I was hoping you could help me get one.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think needs to happen. And that is that you have to do everything that you can do to maximize your situation with the things that you do control. For example, I can tell you as a caregiver that the worst thing you can do for a patient is not require them to do everything that they can do. 100% of what they can do. If you're dealing with someone that has a major spinal injury and they can barely walk, and it takes them 10 minutes to get across from here to the end of this dark brown floor to flip a light switch that you could do in 6 seconds, you have to allow them to take 10 minutes to get over and flip that light switch. You have to require them to do 100% of what they can do. Because if they don't take 10 minutes to get over and flip that light switch, they'll never get there in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, and 7 seconds, just like you. If you don't require them to become an active member of the treatment team, then they'll never become an active member of their treatment team. And you're being, in my view, way too passive. And, why would you get out of bed? Why would she do anything if somebody's doing everything for her? You buy her laxative, you buy her cigarettes.
She orders them on Instacart and they get delivered.
She couldn't buy them without you.
Why not?
She doesn't have any money.
Yes, she does. I'm sorry. Is that upsetting?
I think that Monica does have risky behavior. Monica always wants to have massages, so anyone who would be willing to give her a massage, she would say yes to. Monica went to a hotel with a guy she met on social media. When I found out about it, I went to the hotel myself. I walked in and saw her, and she was in the bathroom, not fully dressed. I told him that we were leaving. When Monica feels that desperate, she wants someone to be there. It doesn't matter if she knows them or found them online.
You buy her laxative, you buy her cigarettes, you do things for her out of love. She's your daughter. And look, if this was my daughter, it would be very hard for me to not do everything that you're doing. I totally get that. It's not that I don't understand it.
What would you suggest? Actually, I don't buy her laxatives. We have Instacart. She orders them on Instacart and they get delivered with everything, or the food bill.
Well,
but
she couldn't buy them without you.
Why not?
She doesn't have any money.
Yes, she does.
From what?
She's on disability. Okay, is that not making sense? She has her own money, not a lot. She lives with me, but she does have monthly income.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is that upsetting?
No, it's not upsetting. My point is, you want her to have to do for herself everything that she can possibly do.
Correct.
And I do.
If she's on disability, then that's a very minimal amount of money, and she shouldn't be able to afford cigarettes.
Well, that's a point.
That's why I'm saying she can't afford some of those things, and you're making it possible for her, which she shouldn't be doing. she shouldn't be smoking.
Correct.
And I can tell you, if she came to me wanting a fecal transplant, the first thing I would do is assess what all is she doing to maximize her health before I'd consider doing this procedure. That alone would disqualify her. And I tell you, 99 out of 100 doctors that can do that procedure, that would disqualify them.
She's never been told that by any doctor that she's gone to, and they are GI doctors in Florida and Wisconsin. I agree with you. I think the smoking is horrible. But
I've never been told that.
no.
Well, if you can find one that will do it, then great.
Yeah. Well,
They should not.
Okay.
If she is putting toxins in her body, then they shouldn't perform a procedure to take toxins out of her body. If she's voluntarily putting toxins in her body, it would be really odd. I don't know a doctor that would perform a procedure to take toxins out of her body if she is voluntarily putting toxins in her body. Now that has to make sense.
It does make sense. But the main thing right now is COVID. Her doctor in Florida, who's done fecal transplants on her before, and he is a GI doctor, and she's been going to him for years.
Successful.
He can't because of COVID.
Okay, but that's not responsive to my point. My point was, is she doing everything she can do to maximize her health profile?
Right.
Coming up, Stephanie says she needs to put chains on her refrigerator and cabinet so Monica won't binge eat at night. Did Stephanie and Monica bring her chains to LA? We'll talk about that next. If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area, come see us in studio.
And check out our new photo booth. Come take your photo on the blue carpet.
You can find your photos on my private Facebook group, Dr. Phil Fanatics, by scanning this QR code or search for Dr. Phil Fanatics on Facebook and press Join Group.
Look in here.
All right, good picture.
We have some exciting things in store you don't want to miss.
When I'm caring for Monica, she wants me to hold up foods, whether it be a can of fruit, a box of noodles, anything. She wants me to physically hold up that item to her stomach, and if she hears her stomach gurgling or making some noise, she believes she's allergic to it. She says, I can't have that. But yet if she holds up her cigarettes to her stomach, she believes she's not allergic to that.
First off, do I believe that you are legitimately ill and medically ill, or do I think this is all psychosomatic and in your head to get attention or whatever? Let me be very clear, in case that's rattle around your head based on what I'm saying. There's no doubt in my mind that you are physically ill, 100%. Is it exacerbated by some psychological elements and some behavioral choices? Absolutely 100%, no doubt in my mind, that you can be healthier than you are if you would change your behavior, and you would help with that. And you have stopped almost all healthy behavior and become almost completely behaving like a dying person. And if you behave like a dying person, you will become a dying person. You have to behave differently than that. And whether you like hearing that, what you want to hear is, I'm going to send you somewhere for a fecal transplant. I'm not going to make efforts to do that unless and until you are 100% maximizing everything you can do on your end to be healthy and vibrant as you can be within the confines of the disease that you have.
I can't eat, so that's not.
That's not
I mean,
true.
We see what happens when I eat.
Well, that's not true. Why? You said you just got a nutritionist. So, and everybody can eat something. And you're eating practically nothing, correct?
I eat like every 5 days, and then I have diarrhea 15 times a day.
You're not going to convince me that there is not more that can be done in that regard. And to say I eat every 5 days is simply unacceptable. You simply cannot accept that. You can't do that. You can't accept that. That's just simply not, that's just not an answer. And so you have to continue until you find something, some combination of foods, some type of, whether it's probiotics and foods in combination, whatever is necessary, and you have to be compliant with the gastroenterologist and the nutritionist. And I'm not saying that they're going to give you the answer in the first 5 minutes, but you've got to be compliant and behave your way to success. When you have chronic disease, you have to be an active manager of that. You have to deal with the psychological aspects, the behavioral aspects, the nutritional aspects. You have to deal with every aspect of it. You brought your chains to LA. Why?
I haven't used them.
Why'd you bring them?
Just in case. Some hotels have food like right outside, and I don't want to wake up.
Like
I have SRED, which is sleep-related eating. It's like sleepwalking or sleep driving, but sleep eating.
Yeah, I know what it is.
And if I do it, I'll just get way sicker because I'll eat whatever. So I bring it just in case. The hotel has like stuff outside, but this hotel doesn't, so I don't have to use it.
Well, so what are Monica and her loved ones going to do? I mean, what are they hearing me say? I got some questions when we come back. Stephanie, what do you hear me saying?
That we need to go about this in a different way. That, and I understand the psychological, connection, and some of the things you've said, I've said to her also. But it doesn't seem to solve the problem when she gets this sick. It's very difficult to watch her be in so much pain and screaming sometimes and on the floor. And I can't do anything about it. And I can't. I have very little I can do to help her other than drive her to a doctor, to an appointment if she needs to, or support her in some way and take care of her child. That's my role right now.
But we're agreed that what y'all are doing now isn't working.
It's not working, no.
And what I'm suggesting is a very different mindset here, because here's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that if you become a patient, if that becomes your identity and you surrender to the disease and become passive as a patient, that at that point, learned helplessness sets in and you're done. You're done. And at this point, all she is saying is, I need a fecal transplant and nothing else I can do. Nothing else I can do. And that is absolutely not true. You are not requiring enough of yourself. Let me conclude by saying this. I am not giving you medical advice here. That is not my lane. I'm telling you there is a huge psychological overlay here, huge, that will sabotage the best medical regimen.
I agree.
if you don't do the things that you need to do. And I'm telling you that you need to deal with the depression. You need to become a very active member of the treatment team. Chronic disease is a very difficult thing to live with and manage, and for family and for the patient as well. And I'm saying you need to require more of yourself, and you need to require more of her. And I'm not saying that in a punitive way. I'm saying when you do, then she has more of the life that she deserves. You're not doing anything to sabotage her. You're not doing anything to hurt her. Everything you're doing is out of love for her. I see that. I can see it in your eyes when you look at her, when you talk about her. But you guys deserve better care, and you need to require more of her, and you need to require more of your treatment team. And before you go in to see your doctor, you need to write down what your questions are, what your needs are. And when you get in there, realize that doctor's working for you. You don't go in there and get hurried. You write your questions down ahead of time, and you say, all right, sit down, doc, because I got some stuff to go over here, and take the time. It's patient bill of rights. You write down what you want to know, and you demand to get the answers, and put together that treatment team. And you can turn this around. And when you're active like that, and you get to the point where you now ask for a procedure, you deserve the procedure, you've earned the procedure, you have the right to ask for the procedure, and they will take you seriously. Right now, a doctor would look at you and say, you are a high-risk patient that is very likely to not be satisfied, and they're not going to rush to treat you. I want to thank my guest today. For more information about today's episode and questions that you may have, go to drphil.com. You may have stories of your own you want to share, so click Be on the Show. You know where to find me on social media, and don't forget to sign up for my Facebook group called Dr. Phil Fanatics. That's PHAN. It's a private group for superfans where you'll get the latest Dr. Phil news first. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks, where you will be informed, engaged, and learn new strategies for success in implementing new strategies in your life right now. You don't want to miss that. And you have to check out Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret with Robin McGraw, to feel empowered and informed to live your happiest, healthiest, and most fun life. Check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you next time. I hope you hear what I'm saying.
Today on Dr. Phil, her husband's an addict.
He left our baby in an overheated garage.
100 degrees, screaming, crying. And when my sister was 2, fell flat on the concrete.
You left this person in charge of your children.
It's not happening every single day.
You know, serial killers don't kill somebody every day.
But mom claims it's her daughter who needs help.
I don't think Brinley is the problem.
She's getting into fights, sneaking out at night.
She's doing a lot of the mothering.
She is not. I am doing everything.
I always have a baby in my arm. I'm always feeding a kid.
She does help me when I ask for help.
You just said I don't help. Which is it?
Knock, knock.
Hi.
Hi, Brinley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm okay. I wanted to talk to you before I ever talked to your mom and to Jonah. I need your help to help you because you need some help. You deserve some help. You're getting jerked around. Look, they've dragged you in here for me to rake you over the coals and read you the riot act about your misbehavior, tell you what a bad kid you are, straighten your ass up, and then send you guys home. That is not how I see this at all.
Okay.
They're talking about you running away. all of that. I was reading through this. I don't ask myself why you're running away. I'm asking myself why you come back. I'm going to just be straight with you and hope that you'll be honest with me. They say that you're kind of blowing off school, that you're running away, you go out and be gone for 2 or 3 days, you're vaping, smoking dope, some of that stuff. That is not good. You need to stop that behavior. You're smarter than that. You got every excuse in the world. You really do. Your mother, she's acting like your friend, not your mother. And if she's your friend, she's not a very good one. You got a drunk living in your house. Your mother chooses this drunk over you and the other children. You're the mother. You're raising these other children. That is not fair. I know you're happy to do it because you love them. And you're doing a good job, by the way.
Thanks.
And I'm here to fight for you, not with you. I don't know what you expected. I think you thought they were going to bring you in to see the principal, and I was going to tell you straighten up. And I do want you to straighten up. I want you to stop doing that stuff. And I'm going to help you. You're better than that. You're smarter than that. How frustrated are you?
Really frustrated.
What is
I'm
she
stressed.
What does she say to you about bringing Jonah back in the house all the time?
I ask her not to. She tells me she likes to sober him. She says that she married to sober him, but when is he ever sober anymore? He comes back 4 hours later, drunk again. I beg her to, like, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, let him straighten up. But she lets, as soon as he sends her a text saying, "Oh, I'm clean," or anything like that, right back in the house. A week later.
I've got him on tape saying he's not going to get sober or clean from drugs because he doesn't want to get sick. He's saying straight up, I'm not going to do that. I don't know what he's telling her, but he's telling us he ain't going to do it because he doesn't want to go through the withdrawal, doesn't want to get sick. She's paid for him to go to rehab twice. Money she should be putting in a college fund for you, for the other
Everything goes
kids.
to him. Everything goes to him.
You deserve better. What do you say to yourself about that?
It's just hard. It's really hard. I try to be there for my sister because she doesn't need to see that. She doesn't need to see them screaming. I take care of her. I make sure she doesn't see that. I've been seeing it since I was 6 years old. He's pushed my brother away. He was the only one. He used to take care of us. He used to be the one keeping me away from it, trying to keep me away from it, but he's gone. He's gone by now. I would have been gone by now if I had the chance.
Absolutely.
So he's made me lose my brother. A bunch of my friends are scared to come over. How many times my neighbors have seen cops at my house? It's embarrassing, and it's hard. I've been making police statements since I was 7.
That's not right. And, you know, she says she doesn't want to be a single parent raising 3 children. Hell, she's raising 4 children.
He just adds, he's another child now.
Exactly.
I take responsibility for what I do. When I smoke weed, that's on me. I do that. But him, anything that goes wrong with him, oh, well, Brinley did this. Well, Brinley did that. Well, Brinley didn't do this. You're a grown-ass man. Take responsibility for what you do.
Well, he's asked you for weed, right?
Oh, yeah. He'll offer it to me, ask me where I get it, ask me where he can get some.
It's criminal. I don't mean that figuratively. I mean, that's criminal. That's contributing to the delinquency of a minor. It's endangerment of a child. And he's doing it in the home with other children. That's criminal behavior. And if your mother allows that to go on, that's criminal behavior. This has to stop, and I intend for it to stop, and I intend for you to be out of the pressure cooker.
Anytime Jonah steps out, I step in.
Yeah.
Me and I've been raising them. I've been raising my twin sisters. I always have a baby on my arm. Always am feeding a baby. Always am changing a diaper.
Yeah, and they're 9 months old? Twins, 9 months old.
9 months old, yeah.
And where's your mother when this is going on?
She has work. She's either feeding one of the babies and I have one, or switch off.
And what does she do when Jonah's passed out on the couch? This is him around the house. He's fallen with the babies in his arms.
Oh, yeah. We take camping trips to Lava. My mom took my little sister to go, to take her to the pool. And she left me alone with him and the twins. Falling asleep, baby screaming, crying in his arms, and he's passing out. I said, just give her to me. I took care of both babies, got one baby down that night, and I was taking care of the other, changing her, doing everything while my mom was gone.
Did he forget one of the children in the garage?
Yep. Forgot one of the children in the garage while he was high and drunk.
100 degrees.
100 degrees, screaming, crying. Oh, and when my sister was 2, fell flat on her on the concrete.
Well, here's what your mom has to say about you, just so you know, which I didn't buy for a minute, which is why I'm here talking to you first.
My 15-year-old daughter, Brinley, has been a total teenage nightmare.
You just trouble. Ugly. You look stupid. And you're a terrible mom.
She's getting into fights, vaping, smoking marijuana, sneaking out at night. It's actually killing me, and you're adding more stress to my life.
I can't wait for freedom, so that's why I just immediately act.
When I try to punish her, she just runs away. It's like she's punishing me for punishing her. She figured out she could fit through this tiny laundry room window over here. We put a piece of plywood so she could stop going out. We had to put a board in, silicone it up here, and then here's the lock up here to stop it from opening this way. When you get back from running away, I just scream like a psychopath, and then it's over. What's your punishment? Last year, she was at a boy's house, and I called the police and told them where she was at. When the police arrived, she took off running from them, and they had to put her in handcuffs. She's been to the juvenile detention centers about 4 or 5 times. She told me that she loves going there because the guards are so nice to her, and she says they even call her daughter. I need to get my parenting skills in check, or Brinley's gonna continue heading down this road to nowhere.
Well, it's probably a break to go to juvie. I mean, at least you're not having to put up with all that. What do you think about what she's saying?
I think she's very fake. She says that this was all about Jonah. She said not one word about me except that I smoke pot and that I run away. That's all she said. That she said. She's crazy.
You got reinforcements now, okay? So
Thank you.
We're going to deal with this together. But you understand, I want to be very clear. I don't endorse this behavior you're doing. You got to get that under control. And I want you to get your grades up because you deserve better, okay? You know that I don't think you should be smoking dope and vaping and running away. I don't want you getting hurt out there.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to go talk to your mom now, and I'm going to be very, very straight with her.
She's never had that. Nobody can tell her wrong. She thinks she's in the right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, surprise, surprise. Okay. I'm going to be talking to Mom when we come back. I don't get it. I don't get what the hell you're thinking. I don't get what the hell you're doing. I don't get how you're making that okay. Do you consider him to be a danger? And later...
It's like having a 5th child at home that I'm looking after.
No, you're not. She's doing a lot of the mothering. She's changing diapers and feeding babies just like you are.
She is not. She is not there doing anything.
Say hey to this courageous young woman, Brinley. Brinley and I just had a conversation backstage, which is kind of way out of order. It's not what we normally do, but I wanted to sit down and talk to her because I thought her mother and Jonah were seriously dragging her to the altar here, thinking I was going to straighten her up and then everything was going to be okay. I just don't believe that. I don't think that's what's going on. And so I was just straight with Brindley, and we had very clear understanding, right? Mm-hmm. And now I do want to talk to Mom. So can we bring Cassie out and let's continue on. Say hi to Cassie. Cassie will put you right here. Cassie, I know you were upstairs and coming down and haven't listened, but I've just had a conversation with Brindley, and she and I were very straight with each other. And I think that right now, you're in a situation with a very dysfunctional family. Agree?
I agree, absolutely.
And there are problems. I think she is a symptom of the problem. I don't think Brindley is the problem. I think she's showing some signs of stress and the problem, but I told her, I don't wonder why she runs away. I wonder why she comes back. I seriously, I don't get it. I don't get what the hell you're thinking. I don't get what the hell you're doing. I don't get what the hell you're doing with this Jonah coming into the house time and time and time again. In fact, based on what you've told me about Jonah, having him in that home around those children is criminally negligent. I don't get how you're making that okay. Here's what I think is the real problem. Let's take a look at this and I'll let you respond.
I cannot live my life like this, Jonah. You need to make a decision. If you're going to be high, or if you're going to stay sober and be here for your family. My husband, Jonah, is a complete addict. He's addicted to Xanax, Klonopin. Within the last 2 years, I've sent Jonah to 2 different rehabs. He's relapsed after both. I have found alcohol bottles inside the couch. He's even hid alcohol in our vacuum cleaner. Our ceiling isn't finished above the water heater and stuff. So up in here, there's like spaces above the vents where he would hide the bottles up there too. A few years ago, Jonah was drunk, picked up our 3-year-old and was walking with her. You tripped and fell with her, and her face hit the concrete and bruised her entire cheek.
I'm very ashamed.
I am so stressed. I'm losing weight like crazy, and I'm losing my hair.
You don't have to be afraid.
I am afraid. I know I don't have to be, but there's nothing that can stop me from being afraid. I haven't been able to call it quits with Jonah yet because I remember the days when he was sober and how much I loved him.
Okay, so you get that he's seriously impaired.
I do, to a point. I see so many instances where he's not drunk or he's not so far gone like that. And every day I just keep hoping that more and more of those days are going to come because he wasn't always like that.
Brindley describes you as being in denial about this. She didn't use that word. She just said you just keep believing him when he says he's going to get sober, right?
Yeah.
And do you consider him to be a danger?
It's not happening constantly. He's so charming and he's so believable. I want it to be true.
He's standing there stoned holding a baby, but he has some good days in between. And later, other than drugs and alcohol, he's a decent guy, right?
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Well, let's check his criminal history.
Oh my God.
When our patients come in and want to quit smoking, what I tell them to do is
the secret to kicking the habit.
If people see how unrewarding a behavior is now, that's how we change any habit.
With addiction psychiatrist
Dr. Judd Brewer. So what can relapsing do to your progress?
2 steps forward, 1 step sideways. There's no step backward.
I've got a secret with Robin McGraw.
Thank you for explaining that to me. How much do I owe you?
Available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Do you consider him to be a danger?
He can be.
I believe that he can be a danger to our kids. But it's not happening constantly. And so that's why I do believe him that he's going to get sober, he's going to get better, because when he says it when he's sober, he's so charming and he's so believable. And my kids love him so much, like my 6-year-old loves him so much that I want it to be true.
He's not a danger every day. You know, serial killers don't kill somebody every day. Bank robbers don't rob every bank they drive by. You know, he left a child in the garage. It was 100 degrees outside in the garage. That's enough to dehydrate and kill an infant in a matter of hours. But he had some good days in between. Okay, he fell with this baby and smashed her face into concrete. He left the other one in a stroller in the garage for hours when it was 100 degrees outside. He's standing there stoned in that picture holding a baby, but he has some good days in between.
That's what keeps me going. That's what makes me want to believe that it can all go away, because it's not happening every single day, that I believe that he can be a good man again and get the help that he needs and get sober.
I'm sure he can be a good man again today. I am the incurable optimist, and I believe in the human spirit, and I believe that man, like every other, can turn things around, but not on your watch, Mom. You have undivided loyalty, undivided responsibility to your children. He has given her weed. He has come to her to get weed.
He gives me excuses, or when he explains it to me, he says, you know, she was begging, she was really tired, she couldn't sleep, and so I gave it to her.
She was tired, so he asked her for weed?
She asked him.
Oh, it's been the other way too.
And he said that he had asked her because he was trying to trick her.
It was 12 o'clock at night, probably. I was up, sitting on the couch, and he goes, "Did you smoke weed today?" And I was like, "No, or else I obviously would be sleeping." And he was like, "Well, do you want some?" And then weeks before,
and then you
months
took it,
before,
right? The edible from him?
Well, obviously, I smoke weed. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
So he gave it to her?
Yeah.
And months or weeks before, he's asked where I've gotten it from, where he can get some.
Okay, let's freeze frame this for a minute. You just said that he's asked her for some and he offered her some and she took it. So he gave illegal drugs to your 15-year-old child in your home. Doesn't sound like much when you say it real fast. Let's slow down. He gave illegal drugs to your 15-year-old child in your home and then came and got in your bed.
I was not home that weekend. I was away with my twins.
You were home. You were home when he gave me weed.
I was not home.
Okay, hold on. Freeze frame. So you left this person in charge of your children?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
the 2 older ones, not the babies.
Oh, Cassie, when you are in a hole, stop digging. Oh, whoa. Cassie says 3 weeks ago she kicked her husband Jonah out because his addictions have made him a danger to her children. Well, sometimes he's a danger to her children, but he has good days. We'll meet him after the break.
Cassie kicked me out, so I'm living with my mom.
I think that you choose your addiction over your family every day.
I'm afraid to stop because I'm afraid to get sick or withdrawal.
And you're more afraid to get sick than to lose us and lose your kids.
Yeah. Like I said, my addictions made me very selfish.
A month ago, Jonah was sitting in the kitchen with one of our twins. When I asked him where the other baby was, he got up frantically looking for her around the house and couldn't find her. I went out into the garage and she was sitting in her footy, sweaty pajamas in our stroller, and it was 100 degrees that day. Jonah said that he had taken marijuana edibles, but I think that he was on something a lot stronger that made him forget that he left our baby in an overheated garage that could have killed her.
Brentley says she absolutely hates her stepfather, Jonah, and claims he's earned that because he refuses to get sober for their family. Now, just before the break, we confirmed that he gave illegal drugs to your underage daughter, and then you said you weren't there, you left him. You've described him as a glorified babysitter, your words.
As my roommate who co-parents with me.
Okay, so you've also described him as a hopeless, relapsing alcoholic addict. And he's your designated babysitter.
My mother lives down the street as well and was supposed to be coming in, checking in on them every single day. I was only gone for 3 days. I had my twins with me. And she was there going to be helping too. But my mother was down the street and that was the plan. I originally did not want to leave them with him, but
you did.
But I did.
Okay, so he's your designated babysitter. By the way, who did you turn down as babysitter?
My mother.
Is she a serial killer or something?
No.
Really, who did you turn down to say, okay, let me see, who can I have watch the kids? Let's see, he's left one in the garage in 100 degrees. He dropped one on the pavement and fell on her. He's an addict and an alcoholic, hides booze all over the house and says, oh, he's not interested in stopping because he'll make him feel bad. Yeah, he's good. That's the resume. Alcoholic, drug addict, doesn't want to quit, has put 2 children in physical danger. That's my guy. I'll put him in charge. Seriously? What?
She didn't want to go to my mom's. She told me that she was going to help and be there and let me know if anything went wrong.
Leaving them alone with him?
I trusted her and I wanted her to be happy. I wanted her to. I gave her the choice to stay home and help be with Jonah or to go have to stay at my mom's the entire weekend. And
I'm not leaving.
But other than drugs and alcohol, he's a decent guy, right?
That when he's not drinking or anything, yeah, he's wonderful.
Well, let's check his criminal history.
Oh my God.
May 6, 21, use of a firearm by restricted person, 3rd-degree felony, pending trial. 1/28/21, retail theft, shoplifting, misdemeanor, Class C. 8/11/20, possession of a controlled substance, misdemeanor, Class A. 12/24/19, retail theft, shoplifting, misdemeanor. 10/26/15, disorderly conduct, other misdemeanor. It goes back, we've got over 20 charges against him, most of which were convictions. Most of them are misdemeanors, 2 are felonies. There's a 3rd one pending, and then a 4th one if I do my job as a mandated reporter for endangerment of children. So he has 2 felony convictions, 1 pending, and 1 hanging in the air if I pick up the phone. This is the nice guy other than...
And they're all related to alcohol and drugs.
Oh, well, okay, never mind.
Well, what I mean is like, it's that he has struggled with addiction for most of his adult life. And every single thing that he has been in trouble for he has been intoxicated or been on something.
Yeah.
Like
the times he hurt your children?
Yes. and the times that he hurt my children.
He's told you straight up he ain't quitting.
I think that I'm in denial.
Have you been drinking today? Well, let's meet Jonah.
Right now, I have no relationship with Brindley. I'll say that I'm gonna stop drinking and doing drugs, and then I don't. Brindley is sick of hearing all the broken promises.
She sees you drinking and she knows about your addictions, and it is making her hate you.
Brindley is completely out of control. I think Brindley does blame me for ruining our family and all of her behavioral issues. I think it's just an excuse.
If he could beat the addiction as easy as we're telling him to beat it, that he would.
You're a grown-ass man. Take responsibility.
I think Cassie's parenting plays a huge part in Brindley's behavior. Cassie is a very reactive person.
If she's done something like her behavior is out of control, I'm just constantly screaming or she's screaming back.
Obviously, I know the crap I do. I need to be punished for it.
Right now, I'm not living with a family. Cassie kicked me out, so I'm living with my mom. Cassie's taking care of the kids and the household all by herself.
I think that you choose your addiction over your family every day.
I'm afraid to stop because I'm afraid to get sick or withdrawal.
And you're more afraid to get sick than to lose us and lose your kids.
Yeah. Like I said, my addiction's made me very selfish.
The longest I've been sober was probably about 1.5 years, and that was like 10 years ago.
I don't want my girls growing up to marry a man like you. I don't want them to go through what I'm going through. If you can't get clean, the only other thing that I can do is get divorced.
I want to get better for my family.
Why couldn't you have just stayed sober today after you woke up 3 hours ago?
Because of my anxiety. Yeah, I'm desperate to do anything to get sober.
Jonah, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you been drinking today?
No, sir.
Drugs today?
My prescription, yeah.
Your prescription is Xanax?
Subutex, just Subutex.
Why not drink today?
I don't know, because I'm taking this seriously. And
Drink yesterday?
Not yesterday, the day before. I did have a beer. Yeah.
Okay. I give it to you for being honest because you said on the tape, I don't intend to quit because I'm selfish and it would make me sick with withdrawal, which would be really rugged as much as you drink. And she said, so you're choosing your alcohol and addiction over your family? And you said, yeah, because this addiction has made me very selfish. So yes, I do choose my alcohol and addiction over you and the family.
Yeah, I do.
So he's told you straight up, he ain't quitting. There was a choice to be made. He made it. You lost. Do you have trouble hearing that? I mean, registering that in your brain? I mean, I know you hear it, but I mean.
I think that Brindley's right. I think that I'm in denial. I think that I want him to be clean and sober so bad for me and for my kids that I think that he's wrong, and I think that it can happen. I think that he can get sober, and I keep hoping every day. I don't want to get divorced and then him get sober and a year later and then what? He's been sober for 1 year and I'm here stuck taking care of everything still. I don't know why I can't distinguish the difference. I'm taking care of everything now by myself without his help. It's like having a fifth child at home that I'm looking after, making sure he's not falling downstairs or something. And that, I feel like I'm doing that already, so.
No, you're not. She's doing a lot of the mothering.
To
the two of you, to the other children. She's changing diapers and feeding babies just like you are.
She is not. She's never home. She's never home. Her friends and Snapchat and Instagram is the most important thing to her. She is not there doing anything. I have to beg her or bribe her that she can hang out with friends while she's there to help me. I have to ask her numerous times to do something. I can't get her to clean her room. I can't get her to do anything. When she is watching a baby She puts one of them in a bouncer, and she's back on a tablet or a phone. I hardly ever ask for help.
You just said I don't help. Which is it?
Okay,
Which is it?
You're missing the point. You're twisting my words. I can't get her to get out of her room to help me. Trust me, when there are times where I have to do something
why
that
she wouldn't want to come out of her room.
Well, I mean, I've
can't
kicked Jonah
imagine
out.
that.
I mean, what more does she want?
I always have a baby in my arm. I'm always feeding a kid. When is she ever over? My grandma, she says my grandma helps. I hear her complaining about me 10 times a day that she don't do for her.
And that is true. And that is
so,
true.
and you're gonna say that Grammy helps more
I'm
than
saying,
me?
no, Grammy doesn't help more than you, but she is there helping. But she can't back up your story because she's never there either.
I even help more than him.
You do. But
As of late.
as of lately, yes.
Okay, so let me get your story straight. You said she doesn't do anything except she helps more than grandmother, and she helps more than Jonah, and she does have been helping of late, and so
Which goes to
she
show you
does
no one else
absolutely
is helping
nothing
me.
except
Right.
she helps more than everybody else.
But this is like 10%. I am doing everything. Everything is on me. But when I say she helps more than them, that shows you how little they do for me because she's not doing very much. And the reason why I can tell you that is because when we were in family therapy, she expressed that my grandmother or my mother tries to put pressure on her that because he's gone, she needs to step up and help me. That is not right. She is my 15-year-old daughter, and it's not her fault that we had twins. It's not her fault that another baby came into this family, and I don't want to put that on her, and so I don't. And I do not, and she says, Mom, she'll ask me sometimes, do you need anything from me before I go hang out with my friends? And I'll ask her, and she'll do it, and then she'll take off, and, little things here and there. Hold one baby for me while I bathe the other baby. But I try not to, I'm not putting it on her because she says it's very stressful for her, which it should be, and I shouldn't be asking her to step up because my husband's gone. It's not her job to take care of the children. So I'm not putting her down for not helping me more at all. She's my child too, they're not her children. But she does, in order to leave, she will ask me, what do I need? She does help me when I ask. A lot of the time she does. I hardly ever ask for help.
You just said I don't help. Which is it?
Okay,
Which is it?
You're missing the point. You're twisting my words.
Well, may I say something here?
Yes.
You do deserve a husband that helps you, and you don't have one. Because he told you he made a choice and you lost. And she is there, and she does help. I don't know how many percent you want to assign it. It probably would be more if you didn't call her bitch and little when you're mad.
She says she hates me, wishes she would have gotten an abortion with me, pulls me by my hair.
All of which you admit.
Oh, I pulled her by her hair, but I didn't tell her I wish I would have had an abortion.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Well, Sandy says her daughter Cassie is an awful parent, a total narcissist, and takes zero blame for anything. Well, so who is Sandy? Well, it's her mother. We'll add her to this conversation after the break because I'm going to get to a conclusion here. It's going to have a verb in my recommendation because I have a duty here. We'll be right back.
Brinley is supposed to be on Zoloft for depression, but Cassie allows her not to take it. I don't feel like my granddaughter's behavior is going to get any better until her parents get their act together.
We're out of time for today, but there was so much more to cover. So here's a sneak peek at what's happening next time.
Next time.
Jonah is a total alcoholic. I honestly hate him.
A mother must choose her husband
My therapist was telling me, your marriage is supposed to come first.
before your children.
Yeah.
or her kids.
You're taking care of 4 kids plus him. I need to ask him to leave, but I can't.
There is no lifeguard on duty at this dysfunctional hellhole of a home.
That's next time.
You do not want to miss that. Cassie says she will do whatever it takes to fix her broken family. But is she willing to choose her children's safety over her drug-addicted, alcoholic husband? Plus, we'll meet Cassie's mother, Sandy. Now, she wrote to me 68 times looking for help with her granddaughter Brinley's out-of-control behavior. But this is one smart granny, as she says Brinley's behavior will never change until her parents do. She, like me, says Cassie must prioritize Brinley and her other children over her husband Jonah and stop choosing a man who refuses to get sober. Now, I've just begun to dig into what I believe are some seriously questionable and dangerous life choices these parents are making, and the damage they refuse to see they are doing to all these children. All of that and more is going to be dealt with next time. Now, I want to thank my guests today. For more information about today's episode, or if you'd like to be on the show, log on to drphil.com and check out my Facebook group called Dr. Phil Fanatics. That's PHAN. It's a private group for superfans where you get all the latest Dr. Phil news first, and I even pop in there from time to time to say hello and join the discussion. Now, I've launched a brand new season of my podcast, Fill in the Blanks. I'm on part 4 of Toxic Personalities in the Real World. In this episode, I dive into communal narcissist as well as finishing up on malignant narcissist. Listen to Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret, with Emmy Award-winning TV host, chef, and author Daphne Oz. Hear more about Daphne's secret to success and how to create a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Thank you. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Today on Dr. Phil.
She's 60, he's 22, he's in Nigeria.
She's engaged to the man of her dreams.
Love you so much, baby.
I've purchased a plane ticket to Nigeria so we can be married.
But her family says it's a scam.
You are very concerned.
It's crazy.
My fear is she's gonna fly over to Nigeria and not come back.
I have a crew in Nigeria.
Security is a very, very big concern here. The city is considered very dangerous.
We just want to be together.
The State Department says do not go. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready. Take care of you. Well, 6 months ago, 60-year-old Sandy got engaged to the man of her dreams. And in just 2 weeks, she's hopping on a plane for her destination wedding. So, what's the problem? I mean, why would she be here? Well, her daughters say there is a big problem because their mother is headed to Nigeria. She's going there to marry her 22-year-old fiance, Peter. She's 60, he's 22, he's in Nigeria. Now, they met online, and they fear if she boards that plane, she may be kidnapped or worse. But the bride-to-be says, despite what her family says, that Peter is the real deal. And these past 8 months with him have been sheer bliss. So what exactly is going on here? Is this a scam? Or are they just star-crossed lovers 6,754 miles apart? And why do I have not 1, but 3 wedding dresses backstage? Well, Sandy's 22-year-old Romeo will be joining us via satellite. So this isn't a stolen picture. It isn't someone that's gotten an ID that they're using. We're going to talk to Peter from halfway around the world in Nigeria. We'll meet him in just a bit. But first, let's hear from Sandy.
These last 8 months of my life have been the happiest. About a year ago, I met Peter on social media.
I am Peter.
He is everything that I had been missing in my other relationships.
When you wake up, message me. I love you so much.
I've never met anybody like him. Peter is the real deal. I have never met Peter face to face. He currently lives in Asaba, Nigeria, which is over 6,000 miles away. We usually text or we talk on the phone for 5 or 6 hours a day. Peter sent me this text, "I love you, my sweetie, you're my world." This is the app, and it's the way Peter and I communicate.
My beauty queen, can't wait to be with you.
Peter and I do have a lot in common. We're both romantic. We both have a lot of passion. About 5 months ago, he asked me to marry him, and I said yes. I have an engagement ring. This is the ring that Peter gave me. I purchased the rings myself. This ring is not a real diamond. Peter told me when he starts working, he's going to replace it with a real one.
You have to step back and think, could I possibly be getting scammed?
My daughters and my family are afraid that Peter could be scamming me. My family really needs to bud out because I know exactly what I'm doing. Peter doesn't ask me for money. If somebody asks me for money, that's a big red flag. I won't do it. Without Peter asking, I bought his passport, his national identity card, and a new phone. In total, including the apartment that we just rented, I've probably spent about $4,500. Regardless of what my family thinks, I've purchased a plane ticket to Nigeria so we can be married in just a few weeks. I have 3 different dresses that I'm going to take to get married in. I'm pretty indecisive. I'm just very excited. I feel like if Dr. Avell could go ahead and get ordained, he could marry us on stage. It would save me a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of trouble.
Well, Sandy, good to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
So you are smitten.
Yes, I am.
You're a smitten kitten.
I sure am.
All right. Why anybody so far away? I mean, halfway around the world. Why not somebody at your church or in the neighborhood or through friends? Or why not somebody that's close by?
It just didn't happen that way. It didn't. I was on social media and we had responded to the same post and he DM'd me. We started talking. We talked for a couple of months and then we didn't talk again. And then December 20th, I decided to tell him Merry Christmas, and we've been talking ever since.
Okay. And you think he's as in love with you as you are with him?
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, you know he is because of the things he says.
I know he is because of his actions.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Actions.
Yeah.
You haven't had any interactions with him personally, but it's you. We do a lot of catfish stories here to try to alert people where somebody steals somebody's identity, uses their pictures, and it's all fake and it's all phony. It's not really who they are. But here, you've seen him, you've talked to him, the voice and the picture go together.
That's correct.
You know he is a young Nigerian man.
Yes.
Right? So there's no identity theft here.
No.
So he's the real deal.
Yeah.
Sandy says her fiance, Peter, is kind and gentle, and every day she receives romantic messages from him. And let's look at some of those.
Good morning, my sunshine. Yeah, I just woke up. Hope I'm so grateful to God for everything. I love you so much, baby.
You deserve more than any other person. You're a gift from God to me, and I'm going to cherish that gift for the rest of my life.
Oh, my life. My beauty queen. So, how is the day going? I mean, your morning. I know you're already shining it up today with your beauty. Shadow smile of yours. I love you so much, baby. I hope you felt it. Because I did. I love you so much.
Okay, that warms your heart.
Yeah, it does.
Uh-huh.
He's a sweetheart.
You're talking about going over there soon, right?
That's correct, yeah.
And you're going to travel 6,754 miles.
I would. I sure
Well,
will.
you are.
Yes, I am.
You're going to fly from Oklahoma to the Asaba Airport in Nigeria, and he's going to meet you there. And you're going. You got the tickets.
Yeah, I'm flying to Lagos, and he's going to meet me there in Lagos, and from there we're going to go to Asaba.
Okay, he's going to meet you in Lagos, and then you're driving to Asaba?
We're flying to Asaba.
You're flying to Asaba.
He didn't want me as soon as I got into Nigeria. He didn't want me by myself, even flying over there to his city. He wanted me with him.
And why is he not coming here?
The visa process for him to come over here right now, because of COVID and stuff,
Harder
the
for
United
him to get
yes,
here.
it's like a year and a half for him to be able to get here.
But if he's married, can he get in the country?
Peter would be able to apply for a non-immigrant spousal visa, and he would be able to come over.
Okay. Now, you have no doubts about your love and no doubts about getting married, but you have doubts about your wedding dresses. You're 60 and he's 22. Does it give you any common sense concern that somebody that age would want somebody that's old enough to be their grandmother?
It doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother him.
And later, is there something that he could say or do where you would say, wow?
I'm sure there would be.
I've got investigators on the ground so we know what's really going on. You have no doubts about your love and no doubts about getting married, but you have doubts about your wedding dresses. And I was curious about this because you said you bought 3 wedding dresses for your upcoming ceremony in Nigeria because you couldn't decide. And so you've got, and it's unlucky to show the wedding dress ahead. So we got those that are kind of the same sort of style, but you've got red, white, and blue wedding dresses. Why the different colors?
I was just indecisive. I couldn't decide.
Well, it's patriotic.
Yeah, it is.
You could sew them together and be a flag.
Yeah, it sure could.
But you couldn't decide, so you bought 3.
Yeah, blue's his favorite color, and I like blue. And when I got the blue one home, I wasn't really sure if I liked it, so I ordered the red one.
Yeah, okay. And you have a wedding ring. This
Yes.
is your engagement ring?
Yes.
And how did he get that to you?
I decided, we talked, and I told him that I would pay for him, and that when he came over, he told me that when he started working, that he would replace them. Yeah.
There you go. So you bought the ring.
Yes, I bought the ring.
And
But he picked it out, which one, the design that he liked. Yeah.
he picked it out.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that it's not a real diamond because why?
Well, it would have been too expensive. And I really don't like conflict diamonds. I would rather have just a man-made or lab-created.
Okay. All right. Why did you pay for it instead of him?
Because he didn't really have the money right then, and I told him I would. He said he wanted to get it, but I told him it's okay, I will.
Okay. What's the engraved date in there?
Okay, this is his ring for him to get married, and the engraved date on it is 12/20/20. That's when we've actually started speaking every day.
It says the date, and what else does it say?
I love you more, because we always say that to each other. I love you more.
So does he not have a job?
He does not right now.
He got fired.
He did get laid off. He was sick for several days, and they let him go.
Yeah. Because in addition to being thousands of miles apart, and in addition to being 3 times his age, you guys have other differences. There are a lot of differences, and we're just being honest. I mean, you and I can be honest about this. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. There are differences. Like you're 60 and he's 22. Any concern there?
No, not really. I mean, he didn't even know how old I was, and I didn't know how old he was for a couple of months.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's almost triple. It's 38 years.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother him.
Does it raise any, you and I are from the same part of the country.
I know.
And we're pretty common sense
Yeah.
based there. Does it give you any common sense concern that somebody that age would want somebody that's old enough to be their grandmother?
Well,
No, really. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
You
Yeah.
could be the grandmother.
Yeah. His last girlfriend was older. He told me that his past relationships, they've been older. And it just, it just doesn't bother me at all. It
Because his
doesn't.
mother could be like 40, and then her mother could be
Yeah. Well, his mother passed away when he was young.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay. You've been divorced twice. He's never been married.
Mhm.
You have 4 children. He has none.
Correct.
You have 6 grandchildren. He has none. You're from USA. He's from Nigeria. You're a U.S. citizen. He's a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You've flown. He's never even been on an airplane.
That's correct.
But today he's supposedly flying, right?
He flew to Lagos
I mean,
the
he's
other
flying
day.
to the satellite location.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And you're a caretaker and a student, and he's unemployed because he got fired from his last job. That's what he told us. You have a 3-bedroom house, and he's just kind of moved around. Are you concerned that you're going to have to support him?
No, not really. I mean, I know he's a hard worker from his friends I've talked to and some of his family. I mean, I'm just really not concerned about it at all. I'm not.
Yeah. You're not concerned that he doesn't have a job?
No, not
Is
right
he
now.
is he looking for a job?
Well, he's wanting to come over here. It's not that he wants to come over here. We just want to be together. That's it. We just want to be together.
Have you thought about moving over there?
I'm not leaving my kids and grandkids. My daughter's disabled. I'm not leaving her.
Uh-huh. Well, you've been pretty harsh with them. You say you don't want to leave them, but you've basically told them,
That I'm the mom.
yeah. Regarding her 22-year-old fiance, Peter, Sandy says age is just a number, but her daughters say age is just another red flag. We're going to meet them after the break, and we'll get into all that when we come back.
Mom's being scammed. She has no clue what she's getting herself into.
Just because somebody's from another country doesn't automatically mean they're a bad person.
It's the scam capital of the world, Mom.
I feel like I have found the man of my dreams. He is kind. He's very gentle. He is caring, respectful.
Oh, my wife, my beauty queen. So, how is the day going?
When it comes to my daughters, they believe because of how we met, where he's from, that there's a lot of questions that they need answered. They really don't run my life. I feel like what I'm doing is nobody's business but mine and Peter's. I feel like I didn't pick their spouses, and believe me, they have no room to talk. So why could they pick mine?
Well, we're back with 60-year-old Sandy, who has never met in person her fiance Peter face to face. But in 2 weeks, she'll be flying to Nigeria to marry this individual and wants her daughters to get on board with this relationship. But Sandy's daughters say if she gets on board that plane, they're just afraid that their biggest fears just may all come true.
Mom's being scammed.
She is getting scammed.
Peter is scamming her. It's completely ridiculous.
Just because somebody's from another country doesn't automatically mean they're a bad person.
It's the scam capital of the world, Mom.
This guy, Peter, is 22 years old. He's just a few years older than my daughter, and I think it's disgusting.
My mother is old enough to be Peter's grandmother. I do not like the fact that they have never met and that they've only dated online.
When I talked to my mom about sending money to Peter, she says that she has sent him money for his visa, and that is it.
I feel like there's something going on. There has to be. She never has any money.
She quit making her car payment, and about 2 months ago it got repossessed.
What concerns me is we will not be able to pay our bills. We can lose our home.
She's consumed with Peter. My mom is on her phone 24/7. It is this all day long. You try to have a conversation with her, she doesn't break eye contact. If we try to confront my mom, she immediately gets defensive.
You have never met and are wanting to marry him.
That's right, Shell, I do. I know you don't understand it, but you don't have to understand it.
She has no clue what she's getting herself into.
I called the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria to see about stopping my mom from going over there, and they said that the area that she was going to be traveling to was very high for ransom kidnappings, and that they had just wrapped up their third kidnapping for ransom in that area in the last 3 weeks.
My fear is she's gonna fly over to Nigeria and not come back.
Well, hey guys.
Hello.
You are very concerned.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And you say that your mother has changed dramatically in the way she's behaving, her values, her conduct. How so?
She's on her phone constantly.
Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, but you have embarrassed me.
How
And
so?
yourself. Just the things she posts about this young man and herself, and it's just
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Like what? You don't need to be off color, but in general, what are you talking about?
I can't wait to marry you.
Posting pictures of them. Comments about how much she loves him and how he's the man of her dreams, and they've never even physically met.
Uh-huh. What do you think?
To me, I can't see her going over to Nigeria and meeting a man that she has only dated for a couple months and something happening to her.
Is this out of character for your mother?
Yes.
I mean, is she a wild and crazy girl? I mean, does she go and...
She was in her 20s.
But I mean, lately, I mean, before this, was she prone to high risk behaviors? Did she go do reckless sort of things?
No, it was all about the grandkids and family.
It's all about family and grandkids. But now it's all about Peter. And you understand, she's an adult and she's the parent and she has the right to do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
That's her right to do. You don't work for your kids.
No, I don't.
You get to do what you want to do.
Within reason, though, I feel like we need to hold each other accountable for our actions because they affect our whole family.
Well, that's true, Angie, but ever since I decided about 1.5 years ago that I wanted to make myself happy. And it seems like when I decided that I wanted to do something to make myself happy, Mama suddenly all of a sudden gone crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd my mom go? Where'd my grandma go?
But if they believe, and I'm certain they do, and I'm not saying you agree with them, but if they believe that you are heading for a dangerous crash, what would you expect them to do?
Well, I would expect them to say, Mom, hold up a minute,
Yeah, not that you agree with them, but if they believe to the core of their soul that you are heading for a crash here, and they didn't say something to you, that's not who you raised.
No, it's not.
I mean, you raised these daughters to be very family oriented and very family committed, and they would fight a grizzly bear with a buzzsaw if if there was somebody going to hurt their mother.
That's right. Yeah.
That's who you raised, right? So you would expect them to fight tooth and nail if they thought you were headed for danger.
That's true, but here's the thing. For the last 8.5 months, Peter has tried to get to know them, to let them get to know him, and they've pushed him away.
Okay, now would you say he's come between you and your daughters?
No, not really.
Well, I look at some of the messages from you to your daughters, and
we've always had pretty volatile
well, just 6 months ago, you said, yeah, well, I'm their sister and their mother, and they don't give two blank about how I feel, so blanket. But hey, I've stood behind their blank for years. I'm just really hurt and disappointed that I've raised such judgmental little blank blank.
That's correct.
That seems like you're pretty estranged there. Is that kind of a racy picture?
Yeah, that is not my mother. Everything is filtered.
What do you mean filtered?
To make her look younger.
Yeah.
Toxic personalities in the real world.
The narcissist needs to be the center of attention. And if that doesn't happen, they get very upset.
How to handle the narcissist.
They behave as though the rules don't apply to them. They use that arrogance. They use that entitlement to wreck people's lives.
Fill in the blanks.
Set up your fence lines. Not everybody you lose is a loss.
Available on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Well, this is after you got engaged. You bought the rings and stuff, but you got engaged. You write, I'm sorry y'all don't like my choice. I'm over it. I'm so blank over it. I love him. He loves me. If I see any more blank remarks on there about him or anything I post, I'll just blank, pack my blank, and over there, just keep pushing me. Just keep blank pushing me. And then you said, actually, I think it's just best I took every one of y'all off my social media again. I'm just over it. I'm over him being hurt. I'm over y'all hurting me. I'm blank, done.
That's right.
Y'all disagree.
On him we do.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, they didn't ask my opinion on their husbands.
Well, okay.
They wouldn't have wanted to.
And then you post things. Laura says that her mom posts everything on social media about Peter, and it's embarrassing. And you were recently approached by an acquaintance asking what's going on with your mom, right?
Yeah, I went into a department store and ran into a young lady that my mom is friends with at church, and her daughter, who is about 20, asked what was going on with my mom. And I really don't even know her.
A wise girl knows her limits, but a smart girl knows she has none. Happy and blessed. Is that kind of a racy picture?
Yeah, that is not my mother. Everything is filtered. This, you know,
What do you mean filtered?
To make her look younger.
Yeah. Like if
Is
you
that
look.
is that a? I'm not real.
Yeah, that is a filter, but he knows what I look like.
But if you look at her social media from a year ago, it's nothing like this. It's pictures of the grandkids, us at family events.
I stopped posting pictures of the grandkids and you is because I was asked to.
It's because his sister posted them on her
I
Facebook.
told her she could. She asked me.
She has no business posting pictures of our children.
Of the girls.
Okay.
You didn't ask my permission.
Why? This was June of 2020.
Yeah, that's my mom. That's
and
Grandma.
this is August of 2021. What's your motive in having that image transformation?
I lost quite a bit of weight.
You look really happy there.
I was happy. I was with my baby.
This is just if he's lying to you, would it matter?
Sure, it would matter.
I mean, would you want to know?
Sure, I'd want to know.
Is there a point, I'm just saying, is there a line that you would come to where you say, oh, okay, I'm going to come over and sit here with them now? I mean, is there something that he could say or do or misrepresent where you would say, wow?
I'm sure there would be.
What would it take? Like if he was married or something.
Yes, that would
yeah,
be
and
it.
he's, by the way, I have no information that he's married.
Yeah, well, I know he's not, but.
Well, you don't know. There's no way you could know, but I know, and he's not.
Yeah.
So good news there. He's not already married.
Wow, his sister's not his wife. How do you get that?
Oh, I've just
well,
never seen
that's
brother
good.
and sister
Yeah.
so close.
No, listen, I tell the truth.
Strange.
I'll tell you the truth. I won't stack the deck to persuade you, but I will tell you the truth, and I expect you to hear the truth, whether you like it or whether you don't. And I'm telling you he's not married as far as I can tell. And I've got investigators on the ground in his hometown in Nigeria. I've got people on the ground there investigating the neighborhood, him.
Thank you.
So we know what's really going on. And you're going to find out what we found out after the break.
Dr. Phil, I'm in Asaba, Nigeria, to meet Peter, visit his neighborhood, and find out what he thinks a future with Sandy in Africa will be.
Before my mom met Peter, she was talking to a few other men on the internet.
I met a man that went by the name of Desmond. Turns out Desmond was catfishing me. Because of that, I had to change all my passwords. I took all my banking information off my phone, and I went into full-blown panic mode. My daughters knew about Desmond and that he was from Nigeria, and when I met Peter, they automatically got a red flag and thought there was some kind of connection. The people that think that Peter is catfishing or scamming me need to know that I'm not stupid.
Well, we're back with Sandy and her 3 daughters who say her 22-year-old fiance, Peter, is a scammer that's after her money or using her to get a green card to get into the United States out of Nigeria. So y'all are concerned about the danger of going to Nigeria.
Yes.
And, you know, we looked into that because you need to know. And so we checked to see if there were specific travel advisories about Nigeria. And you know that there are concerns about going to Nigeria. Sure. In fact, it's on level 3 right now, which is reconsider. And you need to exercise normal precautions, exercise increased caution, reconsider travel, or do not travel. Those are the levels that you can go. And this is reconsider travel. And they talk about violent crime, armed robbery, assault, rape, and kidnapping. Kidnapping for ransom, and that U.S. citizens are perceived to possess wealth, and so that's a particular target when you go there. Now then they break down the districts, and one of the areas of particular concern is Delta, and that's where Peter is.
Right.
And when you look at the Delta location, it goes from reconsider to the advisory is do not travel. If you are an American citizen, the advice is do not travel into the Delta District because it is high crime, kidnapping, and maritime crime. Do you have any concerns about that at all?
Well, of course I do. I mean, I would be crazy not to. He's actually told me several times that, you know, he was worried for me to come over there. He's told me that himself. I'm worried about you coming over here.
Yeah,
He said, my dad's worried about you coming over here.
Yeah. Okay. Here's an excerpt from the Department of State. This official. Our staff in Nigeria have assisted U.S. citizens who traveled to Nigeria to meet online friends, were robbed, and in some cases physically abused. Proceed with utmost caution. Be smart with your heart. That's the State Department saying, you don't want to do this. Your daughters are saying, my mother from Oklahoma is getting ready to go into this place here with some 22-year-old kid she doesn't even know. If you're not concerned about that, you should be. Now, Sandy says in 2 weeks, she's set to hop on a plane and travel to Nigeria, to this Delta district that the State Department says, do not go. And when the State Department says, don't go, and then you go, and then the family says, uh-oh, we got a problem, they say, we told you not to go. She's doing it so she can have her fairy tale wedding. But is it more of a nightmare than a dream? Let's take a look.
Dr. Phil, Nigeria is a country rich in culture and history. Yet Nigeria is also a country that is continuing to develop. Day-to-day life in Nigeria is very, very different from what most people in the United States are ever faced with. Security is a very, very big concern here. You have to be careful where you go, where you travel, and when you travel. For example, the city we're in now, Asaba, where Peter lives, is considered very, very dangerous. Here, you would never travel or even walk on the streets at night. Even during the day, you must also be extremely careful where you go and what you do. Being in this part of Nigeria, you run the risk of being robbed, kidnapped, or even killed for your personal belongings. This is even more the case if you're a U.S. citizen, because U.S. citizens are perceived as people of wealth. That's because of the value of the dollar to the naira. As a Nigerian, being in this part of the country makes me very nervous. I do not travel here unless it is required for work, because it is really, really dangerous. And if I come here, I make sure that I fly in here. I stay at hotels that are safe, in safe environments, and I'm very, very careful where I go and what I do. Even us being here now with my crew, it makes us a target because people might be looking around to take our camera equipment. While I'm proud to be Nigerian, I love my country, but you must use caution with everything you do and everywhere you go, or you will pay the consequences.
Okay, what's your reaction to
It's
that?
pretty frightening, really. It is. And
Go ahead.
we had already discussed this, Peter and I had, because I'd seen some things, and he said, well, we're not going here, we're not going there. When you get here, we're going to go to the courthouse, we'll visit my family and some of my friends, but we're not going out.
Okay, well, that was TJ, who works for us a lot. And you can notice, I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but he's no minnow. He's a big guy, and he's like, holy he's nervous about being there. He's scared to be there. He's Nigerian. He speaks the language. He's a native. He knows the country. And he's like, this is hazardous duty here, Doc. You're sending me into a high-risk situation. I don't even like to go in here. I'm afraid they're going to steal my cameras and stuff. He's worried about that. And your daughters are saying, my mother from Oklahoma is getting ready to go into this place here with some 22-year-old kid she doesn't even know. And we don't know his real intention, but we know that he's allowing my mother to go into a high crime, high risk situation. And if you're not concerned about that, forget your daughters, you should be. Common sense, come on. You and I didn't fall off a turnip truck. We know red flags when we see them. You should be concerned about that if you're not.
I am concerned. I'm very concerned. And, you know, he's even told me several times, I don't think it's a good idea you come. I really don't think it's a good idea you come. But a year and a half's a long time to wait for him to get a visa appointment.
Well, we're out of time today, but there's still a lot more to unpack here. Tune in tomorrow when we add Sandy's fiance, Peter, to the conversation. I have some tough questions for him, so how does he respond? And we'll talk with our field producer in Nigeria who interviewed Peter and believes there are some major red flags. So what did he discover? What he says just might shock you.
Next time, the truth
I
love you.
I love you more.
about her Nigerian fiancé.
You say you've sent $225 for a passport, $1,700 for a cell phone, and $2,900 for an apartment. You've actually had your car repossessed.
I did not.
Your car's gone, right?
Yep.
You're a 22-year-old able-bodied man. Do you feel bad taking money from a 60-year-old woman?
That's next time.
You won't want to miss tomorrow's episode. I want to thank all of my guests today. For more information about today's episode, or if you'd like to share your story, log on to drphil.com. You can follow me on all the social media platforms, and if you want more content from me, be sure to subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks, where I talk about some really important things. We're really involved in a series right now dealing with mental illness, some of the diagnoses that you run into in your everyday life. Narcissistic personalities, borderline personalities, those kinds of people that are really irritating to deal with. We're talking about who they are, how to spot them, and how to manage them. And don't forget to listen to Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret. She's speaking with neuroscientist and addiction psychiatrist, Dr. Judd Brewer. They discuss bad habits, how they form, and how you can overcome them. Remember to subscribe and download, follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. We'll see you next time.
you.